When we moved into our first home back in 2013, I asked our electrician to install a wiring that would allow me to set up my entry-level 5.1 surround system without trailing wires around the house and ruining the aesthetic. A few years later, I upgraded the speakers and purchased a better surround sound amp. I'm sure that those in the know might scoff at my attempts. It was never going to be a high-end audiophile setup, but without spending a fortune, it has served us as an okayish way of experiencing surround sound. When a friend came to visit, he mocked me for my antiquated tech. Wasn't I aware that there were now wireless options? Bluetooth-enabled speakers, wireless assistants and Dolby Atmos? The list went on. Of course I was, but what I had perceived as prohibitively high costs had always stopped me from upgrading. Then came the opportunity for me to road test the Bose Smart Soundbar 600. With a current retail price of around £450, the outlay isn't nearly as prohibitive as I'd imagined. I was intrigued. Could this soundbar provide better sound than my true 5.1 surround system? Let's dive in and have a look. Inside the box, you'll find a Bose Smart Soundbar 600, a power cord, an optical cable, an HDMI cable, quick start guide, and the remote control. In order to set everything up, place the soundbar directly in front of your TV. To ensure that you get the best sound, make sure that this model's signature up-firing speakers on the top of the soundbar aren't blocked by shelving or other items. These up-firing speakers add height sound effects when listening to Dolby Atmos, this soundbar's main selling point. More on that later. Before proceeding with the setup further, download the Bose Music app and sign in or create an account. Once done, this will allow you to complete setup and tweak the soundbar settings to suit your space. Plug the power in and the soundbar will fire up. At this stage, go into the app, tap the Set Up a New Product button and navigate to Smart Speakers, Soundbars and Amps. Your new soundbar will appear in the app, allowing you to add and pair it. The soundbar itself has a low profile and at just under 70 centimeters in length, easily fitted on the small cupboard that my 32-inch TV sits on. In terms of looks, you can have any colour you want, as long as it's black. The black colour does mean that it is unobtrusive and doesn't draw the eye when coming into the room. If you like your tech to be showy and seen, then this might be a negative for you, but it suited me down to the ground. Despite its discreet presence in your sitting room, the build quality is top-notch. Everything you would expect from Bose. A case made from quality plastics, with one metal grille around the front and sides, and a smaller one on the top. The 600 has 5 internal speakers, 2 upward firing for height level effects, 2 at the sides for audio width, and 1 in the middle for spoken word. It also has 2 bass chambers with exhausts that shoot to the rear. If it's Dolby Atmos programming that you're watching, then it will come straight at you without you having to do anything. Perfect if you just want to set it up and be wowed. I tried some Dolby Atmos content on Disney Plus and it sounded great. I experienced a large sound stage with a decent feeling of height in the audio track. If your program doesn't feature Atmos, then Bose has a clever trick up their sleeve. Bose's True Space algorithm seeks to create a sensation of spatial audio from non-Atmos content. This sounds equally as great coming from this diminutive collection of speakers. Dialogue was excellent and really well balanced with the rest of the audio experience. Once up and running, I did miss the full surround that I'd been used to with my 5.1 setup. This is no fault of the soundbar though, and if you do want full surround, you can purchase surround speakers that link to the soundbar. Some reviews have mentioned a slight lack of bass, but this really wasn't an issue for me at all. In my smallish living room, the bass from the 600 was more than adequate, warm and adequately filling. Overall, I'm more than happy to recommend the Bose Smart Soundbar 600. No, it doesn't replace a 5.1 setup on its own, but a sub-bass unit and surround speakers can be added. The sound is second to none, a truly impressive piece of tech for someone in the market for a soundbar.